Okay guys, today we're going to be reloading some 30 carbine on the Dillon 1050. So what I like to do first is resize all the brass on the 1050. And to do that, all I use is the resizing die, which is not in there right now. So I'll run all the brass through just with the resizing die to get it all resized. Then I'm going to trim it all. I like to trim mine to right around 1285. Right, then you got a chamfer and deburred, of course. So there's a little brass. We're going to be using accurate number 9 powder. 110 grain total metal jackets from Extreme bullets. And we're using Remington 6.5 primers. Those are for small rifle. There's the carbine. It's your standard run-of-the-mill inland division. And of course an old helmet and a pack of Luckies to go with it. Alright, got the scale set up and the Dillon's all set up, so we'll get into that next. One more note guys, when you're reloading 30 carbine on 1050 for your case feeding plates, it does come with this little adapter for the 30 carbine, which is nothing more than that little washer spacer thing. So you can see there, that one doesn't have it, and that one does have the adapter. And you are going to be using the small pistol plate. So small pistol plate with the adapter for the case feeder there. One other thing to be aware of when you're doing 30 carbine on a 1050 is, even with that adapter and your shield plate, it's not gonna feed like if you were using 5.56. It's not a constant flow. So here I'll show you. And it doesn't matter. I've tried putting a lot of cases in there, a little bit, medium. It doesn't really matter. It's not a problem. It's not gonna stop your operation. It's just it's gonna fill up the tube a lot slower than anything else. Here I'll show you. So the cases they're not holding in the little shell plate. You can see they keep falling off. You see that? So look, there's one. Okay, we got one. So we got 2 in there so far. So, just something else to be aware of. Okay, let's get a minute or so of some ammo porn. Okay guys, so summary and review for loading 30 carbine on the Dillon 1050. You use that small pistol shell plate, and you gotta have that little spacer. You can see there, spacer. It's also for the 41, 44, long Colt, and the 357. Remember, it's still gonna load kind of slow, even with that spacer in there. So just be aware of that. I found that putting a little load the hopper a little bit on the light side with your cases, that seems to help. Another lesson learned is for the primer slide stop, that little piece right there. See how that flat edge is lined up with the press? That's a proper way to do it. I did have it before where it was turned, so that flat edge was horizontal. That was causing primer feed issues. On your powder hopper, you want to use the small setup. See, it's got two pieces. That's the small charge bar, as opposed to the large one. The large one's a single. Because I'm throwing 12 grains of that accurate number 9, so you want to have that small bar in there. Because the small charge bar, I think the max it can throw, depending on your powder type, is about 20 grains. Yeah, that's about it for some of the little isms for loading 30 carbine here on your 1050. A little finicky at times, but once you get everything all dialed in, you know, you get a good press, and you can just go like hell and start reloading. Also, I like to resize or deprime in a separate operation. So on the tool head, I'll have only the resizing die set up, and I just run them through, resize them all. Then you can throw them in a tumbler for 5 minutes to get that lube off, trim them, chamfer and deburr them, and then get your tool head set up for production and go to town. On your crimp die, really all you want to do is just get what's left of that flare out with that crimp die, because these do headspace on the case mouth, so you don't want too much of a taper crimp. So keep that in mind. And go for your overall length, go off what the manual says, but then also feed them into your magazine. Make sure that they actually fit. If it's not fitting, you're going to have to get them a little bit shorter. Alright, that's it guys. Take care next time. Bye.